So with Cyberpunk's 2.1 update, we finally have the much needed feature to listen to the radio while on foot, which means the fan favorite mods such as Pocket Radio has now officially been put out of commission. But with this new update, we now have a radio mod that will be getting a lot more views, and that mod is another fan favorite known as Radio EXT. What Radio EXT allows you to do is basically add custom radio stations into the radio files of Cyberpunk. Now you'll no longer have to keep Spotify or YouTube Music open in the background, plus you'll have the added immersion of having songs dynamically stop and resume depending on in-game situations. Now the common way that people go about adding stations is by going over to Nexus Mods and looking up pre-made stations that have already been uploaded, such as NC Radio or Tapes of Night City. But what most people are unaware of is that Radio EXT also allows you to add your own music without any limitations, provided you don't stream any copyrighted music, because obviously, the in-game copyright feature will not protect you from any mods. Now for those that want a step-by-step readme on how to do this, the mod author has provided a link to his GitHub on the mod page, but for those that are more visual learners, look no further, you're in the right place, because I'm going to show you guys how to add any music into a custom radio station in Cyberpunk 2077 in just a few simple steps. Let's get to it. First step, we're going to head on over to the Cyberpunk section on Nexus Mods and search up Radio EXT. Next, we're going to click on the Files section and download the latest one for patch 2.1. Make sure to download any mods that are highlighted in blue before proceeding. Once finished, go ahead and download the Radio EXT mod itself. Now for our custom songs, I'm going to be using music from one of my favorite Suda51 games, No More Heroes. Feel free to pull music from anywhere of your choice. Once downloaded, use any program such as WinRAR or 7-Zip to extract the Radio EXT files. Once done, we're going to drag the Radio EXT files into our Cyberpunk download location. Once completed, navigate to the Radio EXT folder location inside of the bin folder. Once here, we're going to take note of this metadata file, because this will be important for inputting the radio station information. Next, we're going to navigate into the radio folder and create a new folder. Make sure we title this folder of what we want our new radio station to be. Once completed, you're going to want to copy and paste the metadata file from before into the new radio folder that you just created. Also, inside this folder is where we're going to begin dragging and dropping our custom songs. Once all of our songs have been added, go ahead and open up the metadata file using Notepad or Notepad++. Here, I'll be using Sublime Text. We're only going to be focusing on the top 3 lines and kind of ignoring everything else on the bottom. The first line is where we're going to type our radio station display name. The second line will be the FM frequency. FYI, lower numbers go to the top of the list and higher numbers appear on the bottom. If you know your audio tracks have low volume, you can choose to increase it here. If not, it's best to leave it at 1.0. Once finished, go ahead and save the file and then launch the game. So as you can see, immediately upon loading into our apartment, the music is already playing off of our apartment radio, which is a neat little feature. So if we head on over here, you can see the correct name for the radio station is displaying. We can also switch between different stations, and this should work across all of the radio segments. So whether you're in car or on foot, it should have the same thing. And as you can see, even when going into photo mode, it continues to play the music. And one thing I do like that adds a lot of immersion, as you can see, the closer we move the camera to the radio, the music gets a little bit louder, and as we move the camera away from the radio, it gets a little quieter. So this is kind of what I mean by adding a little bit of immersion. Also in missions, if you get closer to people and they begin to talk, it will stop the music. So no longer do you have to go to Spotify, hit pause, or go somewhere else and stop the music. You're now in full control of what you can add. So there you have it, folks. There's a pretty simple way to add music into your Cyberpunk 2077 games. If you guys have any questions or if I missed any steps, go ahead and leave them down in the comment section below. I will try my best to get to them. If you guys need any more help with installing mods or have any more tutorials you might have in mind, feel free to let me know. If it's something I can do, I will try my best to get to it. But you guys already know the drill. If you like this video, make sure you like, share, and leave a comment down below. And until the next time, we are outro. You feel me?